I'm Oskar.
And I'm Dan.
And today we're in
London, baby.
You're right, babes. It's about bloody time we made a video about moving to London. After being nomadic since we graduated high school in Sweden 9 years ago, we're now looking for the perfect place to live around the world. So far, we've made videos about New York, Scotland, Toronto, Bali, and Sweden, and today we're finally spilling the tea on the UK's capital city. Hello guys, we are in London today, and we are here with a very specific mission in mind. Mission.
Well, over the past year, I'd say we've really grown to love London. Even though I was born here, I lived here the first few years of my life, and I hated it as a kid. It's so funny. I mean, I guess I was comparing it to Sweden, but now I know that London would actually be a better place to live than Sweden. So anyway, we're renting, but we're gonna check out if we should move back here, so let's go.
So in the past 2 years, we've been having an increasing amount, I should say, of layovers here. We did actually record a video from here in September of last year, but we just never really ended up posting it because it wasn't really complete, I guess. We didn't do the best job. But this video will be a combination of this visit that we're doing right now in April 2025, along with the visit we did last year. And hopefully that's gonna make this an even more well-rounded video. This time, the weather has been insane, just perfect. Last time, not so much, for example. So it's good to get a more balanced review. And we're starting out in one of London's more aspirational neighborhoods.
This video, just like our New York video, features a special guest. Someone who has lived here for many years.
The mom.
And she is, compared to New York, which was like, yeah, this is nice. Here she is enamored.
Completely.
She's like, I want that house.
I've never seen you this enthused by anything in life before.
Yeah. This is a much more residential area. These houses must cost a
If you're gonna live in London, you know.
Yeah, this is amazing.
We're gonna need a lot more views on this YouTube video to afford one of these houses. Like and subscribe, I guess.
We only need 10 billion views.
Yeah.
Say what you said.
I just said, like, this feels like you're in a village, even though you're really in the middle of London, which is amazing because it's so private and cozy and sort of quiet, and still you're so close to everything that a huge city offers.
Yeah, that's true. And we have landed in London, and the weather is greeting us with a big warm tone. To be fair, all the previous times we've been to London in the past 2 years, the weather has been like uncharacteristically sunny and nice. So I guess the one time we decided to actually make a video from here, it had to be rainy the whole time. So it's been a long day of travel, so we'll see you in the morning as we head out into London. And good morning.
I feel like our prayers were answered when we weren't so happy about the rain last night. And now it's another beautiful day. Maybe if we lived in the UK, the weather would just always be perfect. Like, maybe we could save the UK.
So if you want to vote for us to move to the UK, you know.
Welcome to our hotel in London. We're staying at a non-sponsored hotel, so maybe we'll just share the name in the comments in case you're wondering, but it is amazing. It is so beautiful. The room is just so spacious for London. We have a little Nespresso machine, beautiful bathrooms, the biggest bathroom ever. And the thing we found most exciting is all the things we can get for free, like to borrow, obviously, or some to take home.
I wonder, can we like ask for a humidifier and then just bring it home?
I mean, honestly, like, we're not kidding when we say we travel with a humidifier sometimes if we're going to Sweden or like places we know are very dry. So being able to get it at your hotel is amazing.
Incredible.
You can also borrow clothes, like accessories, here. This hotel was going for $600 a night, but I booked it for 77,000 IHG points, which is equivalent to $380 approximately. Obviously, $380 for a night is not cheap at all.
But it's London, honey.
It's London, and our room is... and our... Oskar is like broken. So London's food selection is just unmatched. And one of the places we love is a chain called Club Mexicana that has the most amazing plant-based Mexican food. Check this out. I mean,
For us, London truly is the golden standard against which all other cities are measured when it comes to food. The variety, quality, and also availability of vegan food is just 10 out of 10. Also, on top of the restaurants, UK grocery stores are some of our favorites in the world, which we'll get to later. Most things about being in the UK are absolutely lovely, but one thing I will literally never get my head around is the taps. And I know this is quite cliche, but like, people will try to defend it to their grave. The truth is that no matter how you slice it, it's just a terrible idea.
been out for about 30 minutes and Mom has probably said, I love London 5 times. So,
London
yeah.
is beautiful. It's old. They have protected it from change in a way that I think it's good.
There are many nice city parks in the world, but London really has so many of them. We were just saying how crazy it is and how amazing it is really that they've really kept and preserved all the parks in the center of the city, although the land is obviously worth so much money. Yeah, it's amazing that they've kept them. Good morning.
Good morning, London.
Hello, Governor. Our weather app says currently feels like 5 degrees outside, and we did not
5
have
degrees Celsius.
5 degrees Celsius. Well, Fahrenheit would be very concerning.
Today there's spitting rain, which
Yeah.
is the bane of our adolescence.
No, it's our favorite kind of weather. You know, this is what
Yeah.
we love from our childhood.
It's not raining for real and it's not doing any good to nature. It's just like
It's just
unpleasant
annoying.
to be outside.
Yeah, we hate to complain, but that is like our biggest grievance. With
And the
having
thing is, like, there's so many
countries.
countries where it rains a lot, but you don't get spitting rain.
Yeah.
So, by the way, we should highlight, we're here at the end of September. It's still summer in many places. I feel so lucky to say this, but my hands have not been cold. I haven't felt cold at all on my hands in about 6 or 7 months. This is the first time I'm like, what is this?
So we just passed the Swedish embassy, right? But here's the real Swedish embassy. They're opening it right here on Regent Street. So if you need to do any Swedish errands, this is where you come. So the fact of the matter is that since Dan is actually from London in a weird way, he was born here. Every time that we've been to London, we haven't really done any like touristy stuff. So I've never gotten to be a tourist in London. Today, I wanted to change that a little bit. So I'm going on the Klook app and I'm gonna book us a fun little activity.
Klook is a platform we love to use to book all types of cool activities when we're traveling. So if we don't really know what we want to do, we go on Klook to find something fun to do.
And the amazing thing is that Klook has experiences in literally thousands of destinations around the world. We love how easy it is to use the Klook app. We love that it has so many different currencies you can choose from, so you can pay in the local currency or in your preferred currency. Their prices really cannot be beat, and they offer regular discounts and flash sales and different promotions. Klook has literally tons of activities listed here in London, so it was very hard to choose, but in the end I went for a river cruise because I really wanted to see the city from the Thames since it's such an iconic river. So we're about to board our boat right now. Ooh, boarding.
So sign up for Klook today. Go to the link at the top of the description or scan the QR code here and use code Oskar and Dan for a great discount.
We also really recommend downloading the app to your phone. It only takes a minute, and then you have direct access to all these amazing activities wherever in the world you choose to travel. The one thing I couldn't stop thinking about during the river cruise is just how crazy it is to imagine that when the Romans arrived here and they founded the city of London, the Thames was just like a river like any other, just passing through nature. And now there is not a single piece of the embankment that is not developed. It's just so crazy to imagine the city of London not being here. And now it's been here for almost 2,000 years. It's just wild to think about that. So we took the boat all the way here to Canary Wharf, which is a much more modern part of the city. All of a sudden, it feels like we've been transported to like any big city in North America to me. It reminds me a lot of Chicago, Toronto. And it's interesting because London is really such a spread out city. And it's really like a collection of villages that are completely different in their vibe and their feel, which is nice because you can really choose what neighborhoods you like, where you want to stay based on kind of what you're after. And it's still a super, I mean, pretty much the most cosmopolitan international city in the world, although it doesn't necessarily always feel like it in all parts.
Honestly, thank God for the next 4 years, we'll just come here instead of going to the US. Not worry about some no, I'm kidding. Watch, I've had it if you haven't already.
From Canary Wharf, we also got on the iconic tube. Well, I say tube, they say tube. Tomato, tomato. We got on the iconic tube on the only 3-year-old Elizabeth line. However, something we didn't know until recently is that London was actually the first city in the world to build an underground. The first line opened already in 1863, and initially steam trains operated on the rail lines. So when people complain about how dingy and cramped the oldest tube lines are, it's fair to keep in mind that what you're looking at is a system built over 150 years ago. And the fact that it's even still operating at all is actually pretty impressive.
On a London night of doom and gloom, to the theatre we travel on our broom.
What you're trying to say is?
We're going to see one of our favorite musicals of all time that we haven't seen in a long time because, to our heartbreak, to our dismay, it closed on Broadway, but it's still here in its original spot. Phantom of the Opera.
We've already touched on London's amazing conveniences, and the availability of entertainment is no different. There are times we've chosen to transit in London only to be able to see some new shows. For two musical theater geeks like us, London is heaven. Okay, we didn't say anything about the show last night, but
Because we were speechless.
yeah, quite literally, like we were under the impression that this was going to be like a scaled down version of the original Phantom, but this was incredible. Probably the best rendition we've seen, and this
Yeah.
is my fourth time, your fifth.
Yeah, we were also in the second row in the middle, so our view was crazy. We just loved the drama and the grandioseness of that show.
And the best part is that like we got our seats for £100 per person, £99,
Yeah.
which sounds like a lot, but like
Compared to Broadway, this time of year, it's cheaper than in the summer. Those seats
true.
were a lot more in the summer. And that's fine. I mean, the weather sucks, but you can come here just to go to shows if you want. If you live here, it's just amazing because there's so many shows.
Yeah.
Like, even comparing to Broadway,
crazy.
they have everything here.
yeah. So the availability of entertainment, top notch.
And that's only musicals. There's so much more, obviously.
Okay, we're so coming back to London to see this.
Yeah, next London trip, whenever this premieres.
This time around, in April 2025, we finally got to see Titanic, a comedy spoof of Titanic with Celine Dion as the main character, and it did not disappoint.
Now, if you know the words, please sing along. Looking down to the theatre, I'm pretty certain most of you here will know the words because, let's face it, most of you here tonight are gay!
most international cosmopolitan city. So we found a little Japanese shop where I bought this mochi that looked a lot bigger than it actually was for £5.
It's also one of the most expensive cities in the world. Yeah, just to clarify, we're not in that Japanese store in question right now.
Now I'm eating it in Fortnum & Mason, which I probably shouldn't, but I love a good cocktail cherry, and this tastes just like that, which probably means it shouldn't cost £5, but
I just have to add as well that if you go to one of those stores in most cities, it would be like a Japanese kind of theme store, right? But here you go in and it literally feels like you've been transported to Japan. Everyone working there is Japanese. Everyone is very Japanese. That's the amazing thing about London as well. It's really, you can find all these pockets of cultures from all around the world, which makes it very easy for anyone to sort of fit in.
I know a lot of people love this, so it's not unique to us, but we do love going to realtors to check the different listings, both for sale and for rent, to see what the general situation is when we travel. And here in London, we checked like last week when we were here, and the prices are deeply concerning.
It's the way they put this rent per week just to make it seem like not insane. So we have this habit from our travels that whenever we're in a walkable city, we just refuse to take any mode of public transport unless we really, really have to. So now it was like double the time to walk to the restaurant as opposed to taking the tube, or actually no, taking a bus. And we decided to just walk in instead, although it's raining, because I don't know, that's just our habit. And I think that's a pretty healthy habit to have. Okay, the rain is really coming out, and now recording anything is turning into like the Celine Dion Paris performance. We decided to give up on this walking plan and we're getting on with this.
Woo! So we just made it to Camden Market, a very famous market, go figure. And we're here to eat at one of the most famous vegan restaurants in London, which we've heard good things about, so. Okay, so how was lunch? It was good, not amazing, but the thing about London is that you can go to pretty much any restaurant and they will have options for you, whatever your special diet is, which is what makes it so amazing and dangerous, because when you have a special diet, whether it's gluten-free or vegan or vegetarian, whatever it is, you're so used to not being able to eat most things. So when you're in London, like we just walked past a bakery now after leaving the restaurant, we're like, oh, those pastries look good, but we probably can't have them. Then of course, go figure, they had some vegan options that looked amazing. So for us, it's normally when we travel, we're like, oh my god, they have vegan desserts, we have to get it. But here in the UK, and in London in particular, there are so many options that we're just like, we cannot go for it every time because we're gonna gain 50 pounds in a week.
We're not gonna go there now because we don't want sugar overload. Down there, I just want to point out, is like a really amazing vegan bakery. It's like a Ukrainian store. Unreal almond croissants and a bunch of other things. So good. Highly recommend.
I am afraid I might have to buy this for my cousin's son.
It's so cute. And with these matching pants.
We were walking around this area and we were like, we feel like the Love is Blind UK London apartments were here somewhere. And there they are. We just have one thing to say. How we wish that Freddie was there.
I mean, during the entire show, we had this thing that whenever Freddie came on, we would just go, Freddie! And this was completely unintentional, by the way, to find the accommodation.
Yeah, we didn't at all come here hoping we'd find Freddie. Underrated, like you don't think about it until you don't have it, but London has trash cans almost everywhere.
Although here they're called rubbish bins.
Rubbish bins.
There's nothing worse than holding on to trash for like hours. Japan and Korea, take note. So we actually haven't been filming that much in central London because the sad truth is that we don't really feel that comfortable having our phones out. I once heard a statistic that every 17 seconds or something, the phone is snatched in central London. I'm not entirely sure how they measure that, and it's probably a bit sensationalized, but it just kind of shows how crazy and out of hand this situation has gotten, I guess.
So besides the obvious highlight of the UK, which we haven't really spoken about much yet, which is the people, they have probably the best supermarkets in the world, in our opinion, which makes it such a joy just to go around and buy different groceries and peruse the aisles. Here in central London, you don't really have the big versions of them. You might have to go a bit outside the center to find those, but Sainsbury's, Tesco, M&S, too many good ones. So the thing is, Whole Foods is our favorite national grocery chain in the US, I would say.
Or Trader Joe's.
No, but
for different things.
For very different things and very different reasons. But Whole Foods in the UK is like twice as good as
Like
the US.
the US version is already up here, and then this is like that. Random note, but we are absolutely obsessed with these pistachio lattes from Canary.
I can't remember if we've spoken about them before, but the iced pistachio latte.
Also, it's funny how like over the course of our channel, we've just gone from like being almost like coffee haters to actually drinking coffee for the taste. Not at all for the caffeine. These are decaf, both of them. I think we started drinking it as a way to like beat jet lag, and then we realized that it wasn't really working, but the flavor stuck.
Most British ad ever.
I mean, what else do you need to know? To get more of an insight into what it would be like to raise kids in London, we decided to ask someone we knew with first-hand experience.
Overall, how do you think London is for raising kids?
I think for a major city, London is probably a very good choice. I had kids there for a few years when they were little. That includes you, Daniel. There are so many green spaces, so many parks to choose from. There are also so many activities, everything from music to theater and lovely little preschools like Pixies, where Daniel went. We used to take the boys to children's ballet in the winter, the Snowman. And
I loved the snowman.
yeah, so much to explore. It's a great city for kids. Drawbacks, as with any city, is that you obviously cannot open your front door and let your kids out to run around.
You can try.
Well, not if you want to keep them.
Yeah.
It's time to leave London, and today we're flying out of Gatwick, one
Yeah.
of 5 airports in London.
London airports get progressively more naff. They're all quite naff, but yeah, it's
I
like
wasn't expecting that.
Heathrow is fine when it works, then Gatwick and City, and then Luton and Stansted. It's like, how low can you go? And
Oh, you mean there's like a scale of
yeah,
naffness.
that's what I mean. Like, there's a scale right now. We're in the middle.
Right, okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's Gatwick.
But Gatwick is pretty good. Before we leave, it's time to tally the final score for London, which ends up at 71 points out of 100. That places it second out of the places we've officially ranked so far. Keep in mind that this scoring system only serves as a way to quantify our search in a fun way, and it's not a method of objectively deciding if a place is better to live in than another. In the end, where we choose to settle down for the long term will depend on an overall evaluation and gut feeling, and there's nothing that says we'll live in one place for a few years and then move somewhere else. No decision has to be permanent, but one thing's for sure: we love visiting London, and no matter what we decide, we'll be back for countless visits in the future. We're excited to share our next home search video with you coming soon, and until then, see you around the world.